taking a quick look at beautiful Atlantic City, New Jersey. We are here for day number 2 of the APP Tour's New Jersey Open. I am Lauren McLaughlin along with Dominic Catalano. We had a lovely first day yesterday of mixed doubles. It was a toasty one, and we're toasting up today again, Dom, for our men's and women's doubles.
It's cooler today. It's only about 92, 93.
I know,
so
right? I can barely,
cooler.
I'm barely schwitzing. It's fine.
On, so
exactly. You're dressed because it cooled off a little, and you're like, I'm from Florida. I'm always cold when it dips below like
100.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome everybody. We are here again for day 2 in Hamilton, New Jersey for the New Jersey Open, and it is men's doubles kicking off this morning. Our women's doubles kicks off shortly, so we'll have a packed day again of some really great pickleball. We are live on both YouTube and Facebook, so thank you so much for joining us. And we're into the quarterfinals here for our men's doubles. We have coming up next on center court, we have J.W. Johnson and Johnny Goldberg who are playing together, so that'll be a good match. We had a couple other quarters going on around, so we're getting into the good stuff, Dom.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch Nunnery and Ed and Leica play. We saw them a little bit playing earlier. I think they're a team to beat here. Obviously Navratil and Merchant, and then you also have the fiery Rafa Hewitt. I saw him yesterday in the gold medal match for mixed doubles playing with John Sincola, but then don't go to sleep on the team they're playing right now, which is a great matchup with Sincola and Hewitt taking on Rob Cassidy and Brendan Long.
Yes.
So it's a good matchup over there too. So whoever comes out of that sitting pretty as well. So we got a lot of good men's teams. And then we're going to get a treat on center court. We got Johnny Goldberg playing with J.W. Johnson, but the treat is we got 2 newcomers that you guys haven't seen.
I love it.
We've been watching them throughout the morning. They are impressive. So you're about to see 2 really good players that we haven't seen really, or you guys haven't seen, that we just saw this morning.
Local guys to the sort of New Jersey area, so very excited. We love seeing new players, especially local players, coming up and really kind of, giving these more established pros a run for their money. So I'm very excited. So thank you so much again for joining, guys. We are going to take a very short sponsored break, and then we are waiting for a match to finish up before we get going on championship court, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with that action. Again, Lauren McLaughlin and Dominic Catalano here at the APP Tours New Jersey Open. Don't go anywhere. Lots of pickleball to be played today.
I've been playing professional pickleball for a little over 4 years now. Throughout the day, I would take salt tablets, I would take electrolyte tablets, and when it was hot and it was a long day, I just feel my energy drop. I started taking Electrolyte Supreme in the fall of last year. I played great, and I recovered perfectly. I was like surprised. I know I played a lot over those 3 days or 4 days, and afterwards I wasn't even sore. If you're not drinking electrolytes yet, then you probably haven't tried them.
If you like to dink, then Pickleball Magazine has what you're looking for. Our bi-monthly print publication will help you pick instructional tips, drills, and articles from the top teaching pros in the sport. And you'll become a healthier, stronger player with psychological, nutritional, and wellness advice from experts in their fields. Finally, if it's product reviews or the latest news, we have that too. To learn more or to subscribe today, go to pickleballmagazine.com.
Pickleball.
Welcome, everybody. Lauren McLaughlin and Dominic Catalano back in the booth now, courtside here at the APP Tour's New Jersey Open. We have finished up our previous match here on Championship Court, and shortly we will be calling our next match, which is going to be J.W. Johnson and Johnny Goldberg taking on Stephen Mitchell and Johan Durant. So that will be fun. As we mentioned in our opening, Dom, Stephen and
Johan.
It might be Johan. I was like, Johan. That sounds like me being like Jocelyn DeValiers. So I should probably get myself in check. Johan, I believe I
And when they come out,
see them.
we'll actually talk to them and make sure that we are pronouncing
Of course.
even his last
Yes,
name
as
correctly. Because
they are new to us.
I bet we may be butchering it, but
We
that's,
may be. It's true, but we
figure it
want to
out.
learn and grow and make sure we're doing it right. So got to ask the players. It's got to go to the source. But very excited to have some newcomers here on Championship Court, local area guys. So, of course, J.W. Johnson and Johnny Goldberg should be more known to you guys watching at home. But as we mentioned, we are into our men's pro doubles bracket. They started at 8 a.m. this morning here Eastern time. We are into our quarterfinal matches now. So we'll continue to bring those to you guys. And then our women's pro division kicks off at 11 a.m. Eastern time this morning. So we appreciate you guys joining us. We understand the West Coast might still just be waking up this morning on this beautiful Saturday. So you mentioned a couple people that were watching today, Dom. Any more insights into what we can expect today here on Saturday for our Men's and Women's Day?
Well, as far as the women's go, a couple teams to watch. Your gold medalist from yesterday in mixed doubles, Michelle Escovel, teaming up with Martina Coakley. Watching Martina yesterday, Martina's playing very well, so obviously they're going to be a team to watch. And then the Lauren Stratman, Olivia McMillan team really kind of intrigues me as far as play goes, because Olivia and Lauren, very fiery players, and are going to feed off each other. And so if those two get going and get hot, there'll be another team. But in the same side of the draw as Olivia McMillan and Lauren Stratman, there's Maggie Remenzi and Sarah Ansberry. And I think that matchup, too, is also intriguing, because it's not that Maggie is a player that gets down and gets frustrated. She's just very hard on herself.
Yep.
She is playing with probably easily one of the best and most supportive partners on tour in Sarah Ansberry. So I like that matchup because I think Sarah will keep Maggie going. And if Maggie's hot and Sarah can support that, they're another team. So those three teams right there, very interesting. Going to be a nice draw for the women's pro doubles. Speaking of the Devils, there is Lauren and Olivia.
They're coming to hit a little.
We were just talking about these two. We were. So they're coming over here to warm up a little before our gentlemen come out here.
I believe I actually just saw Stephen and Johan as well come behind us, so looks like we're getting ready to go there. They'll have a little warm-up time. So I was looking it up. Actually, Stephen and Johan are Massachusetts boys, Dom. So Stephen Mitchell, 39 years old, from Natick, Massachusetts. Johan Durant, 44, from Wayland, Massachusetts. So
I have no idea in Massachusetts where that is.
No, I am unfamiliar very much with the northeast geography of the country. This is kind of, I was in Boston one time when I was very young, barely remember it. So I'm very excited to be here for the first time in this area of the country and bringing this awesome pro event, one of the biggest tournaments that's ever happened in New Jersey. Shortly. So there they are out there. We'll definitely make sure we're saying their names correctly. We don't want to have an entire match of mispronounced names. Doesn't look good for anybody, Dom. We'll take a very short break though, guys, and then we'll be back here on Championship Court with that men's pro doubles match coming up next. All right, guys, welcome back. Lauren McLaughlin and Dominic Catalano here courtside at the APP's New Jersey Open.
Hey, did you go get some information?
I sure did.
Give us the down low on our guys.
Stephen Mitchell is just that, Stephen Mitchell. He is going to be,
that.
He's,
poor
Massachusetts guy. He was like, I'm the easy one, don't worry. He's in the black shirt and black hat, currently on the far end of the court, warming up with his partner, and it is Johan Durant. And he is originally from South Africa. So it was really funny. I asked him to make sure we were saying it correctly, and he's like, whatever, it doesn't matter. And I'm like, no, don't say that. We don't want to sound like idiots over here. Oh, and Johnny Goldberg just over here telling us not to say anything mean about him. We would never. That's how presumptuous, Johnny. But we're very excited to see Steven and Johan. I did say he's from South Africa, right?
Yes.
Randy Coleman, of course, was like, is that near Atlanta? Which we joke. We know where South Africa is. Very excited to have him here. Oh, and it looks like Miss Marcia Frezzo is going to be our USA Pickleball certified referee for this match. Marcia hails out of Wimoma, Florida.
Well, again, Marcia and Byron claiming Florida as their home. They're in Florida like never. They're always traveling all over the place.
We do love Byron and Marcia. They're basically our favorite people in the entire world. Of course, Byron Frezzo, head referee here for the APP Tour. I don't know if you guys know this, but Byron Frezzo wears a lot of hats. A lot of hats.
Onyx hats, APP hats,
USA Pickleball
hats.
I'm sure many others. The man is a nonstop machine. He basically is just on calls constantly, putting out fires constantly, corralling referees. He does it all. He does it all. And we love him so much here at the APP Tour. We're so blessed to have him and Marcia here with us, as well as our other USA Pickleball certified referees. So we're going to be seeing, God, Marcia almost died, though. Marcia, be careful.
Careful, Marcia.
Tripping on signs. Yeah. We said how much we care about you, Marcia, and we don't want anything to happen to you. You're welcome. But we're going to get underway here shortly with our men's doubles match. Again, we have J.W. Johnson. Look, they match again, Dom. We're having a lot of matching going on with our teams today.
A lot of people take after me.
You're influencing the fashion world of pickleball.
I'm trying.
We love to see it. It's how far and wide our influence goes. Someone was asking about the Cassidy Long Sincola Hewitt match going on. We will maybe see if we can get a score over there for you guys.
They're on a...
Looks like they're in game 2.
Yeah, it's a very intriguing matchup over there. Not too many people know Brendan Long, who's playing with Rob Cassidy. I've known Brendan for about 8 years since I moved to Florida. I've been playing with him since he was very young. He's still young, but love the way he plays. Very powerful player, but also developed a lot of touch. And so him playing with Rob Cassidy, they get to practice a lot down there because they're both down in the Naples Estero area, Bonita Springs. So very interesting and intriguing team. So we'll see how they're doing.
Yeah, we'll try and get you guys an update if we can. But here on Championship Court, we're going to have J.W. Johnson and Johnny Goldberg taking on Stephen Mitchell and Johan Durant. Let's take a very short peek at our player profile of the youngin on the court, J.W. Johnson, brought to you by Head Pickleball. He is from Delray Beach, Florida, where he currently resides with his family, all of whom basically play pickleball as well and are amazing. We see his sister, Georgia Johnson. They played together yesterday. Julie Johnson, his mom, was playing in the gold medal match of our senior pro. Just a pickleball family. I love it. Very impressive APP Tour record you can see there. Plays for Team Power Balance. And he's currently number 3 on our APP standings list for the men. So he is making quite a name for himself. We love seeing him play. Very dynamic player on the court. Even if he's a little reserved in his everyday life, I think we're starting to wear him down, Dom. He's smiling a little more. He's saying more words. I think he's starting to trust us. He's starting to open up a little more.
He's saying more words.
I love it. I love it.
Which is, it's funny, but it's true. We've been trying to get so much out of him. But no, he's opened up. He's traveling a lot more. He's getting out, meeting a lot of new people. But him and Johnny Goldberg do play a lot together. So another fun matchup here, but almost ready to get underway here.
Indeed. Of course, Johnny Goldberg about to become a first-time father with his partner, Regina Franco, which is why we haven't seen her in the last couple months. I mean, we've seen her. She just hasn't been playing. think she is probably due maybe next month. I think it looks like it's getting close.
It looks close.
It looks close.
There we go.
All right, we're underway. Mitchell and Durant start us off serving on the near end here in game 1. Goldberg and Johnson on the far end. There is some wind as we're getting into this match, so we're off and running.
So elongated cross-court forehand dink battle between Mitchell and Goldberg right there. Goldberg comes out on top.
Again, Stephen Mitchell is in the black shirt. Johan Durant is in the blue.
That's a nice around the post from Johnny Goldberg. He's peacocking back there, chest out, going, yeah, I got that. Good start here in game number 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that's what we saw earlier before we got on the live stream, Lauren, is Durant getting into those hands battles on the match out here that we were watching. That's trouble. He's got such good hands.
You hold it down, Dom. I'm going to go get an update on that other match. I'll be back, guys.
All right. Yeah, that's going to be trouble going there to Durant. I think the matchup that's going to happen is both of these teams feeling out each other. I know Goldberg and Johnson really don't know these two, but I think the matchup's going to be Goldberg against Mitchell cross-court, because that's going to happen right there from Durant if they allow him to. Very athletic, very long, and can get to most of those balls. So that's going to be trouble. So I think Goldberg's going to have to stay focused in on Mitchell, because that's what you see right there is Durant kind of trying to insert himself in the middle there. Unfortunately, that one's a little too much.
All right, just got a quick update. Cassidy and Long were up 6-5-2. I believe they're in game 2. I did not catch who won game 1, but it's a very close game 2 right now.
Yeah, and there it is again. Durant coming out on top of the hands battle. If I'm Goldberg and Johnson, I'm going straight to Mitchell. Force him to beat me right now. Nice, good backhand there from Johnny Goldberg.
Of course, with a new team that we're seeing here of Mitchell and Durant, this is also their first time seeing Goldberg and Johnson. So they may have been able to watch them maybe on some streams.
That's
get a little
beautiful
info, but
from Johnny Goldberg right there, seeing that Durant is pinching the middle and just slips that by him, and that's going to keep him home right there if Johnny Goldberg can do that once or twice. Good hands on the first attempt on a speed up from Johnson by Mitchell to keep that ball in play right there. Keep him alive.
the wind right now that is picking up here and there seems to be pretty cross court right now from the left to the right as you're watching.
Nice setup from Goldberg. He's the one sped that up there at Mitchell. Mitchell blocked, and J.W. Johnson able to insert himself in the middle and put that ball away.
was ready to say that that point was over about 6 balls ago after Durant threw up the lob, which was returned from Goldberg. Then he pops up that next one. Thought that was a for sure put away, but he gets it back and extends that rally a few more balls. A lot of really good patience here on both sides. There's that speed up from Johnson. He's just so unassuming over there. Everything's a little nonchalant, not a lot of emotions. He just kind of comes out of nowhere and gets you. Just such fast hands. Great awareness of when to attack those balls. Five, 2, 1. Just out after being pretty close, keeping it close here. Mitchell and Durant are starting to get the full force of the Johnson-Goldberg system being implied here.
Nice work there, keeping them honest, keeping the ball inside and outside from Durant and Mitchell.
All right, 7-2-2, and I did get an update that Johnson Cola and Rafa Hewitt lost in their quarterfinal match to Rob Cassidy and Brendan Long. So, congrats to Cassidy and Long. They're headed to the semifinals. Goldberg just gets out of the way.
Oh, nice shot from J.W. Johnson right at the body of Johan Durant.
Enrique Catter on YouTube says those two are top-ranked paddle players in the country. Dom's got more info about it. I'm very excited. Oh, I saw Juan Araya in your ear over there. He also is one of the top paddle players, so we got some good info coming. Just you guys wait.
That's a nice job there from Johnny Goldberg, taking that ball in the middle on a little shake and bake to end that game one.
All right. So we will take a very short break, guys, and we'll be back for game two. And Dominic's going to get...
It's pickleball cocktail. It's pickleball cocktail. It's pickleball cocktail. I don't cream. When I step on the court, this is what I do. Okay. Everybody cramping, cause they ain't got that new. I got this cocktail in my glass, and I ain't afraid to drink it. Drink it, drink it, drink it. I pickle and I love it. It's pickleball cocktail. It's pickleball cocktail. It's pickleball cocktail. I don't cramp.
Dom, what were you just telling me? We have some amazing information.
So Stephen Mitchell and Johan Durant are the #1 paddle team in the world right now. They just won nationals, which was hosted in New Jersey. Then also, playing here is one of the players from the #2 team in paddle. They played each other actually in the first round. Durant and Mitchell came out on top of that. And then also part of the #3 team in the world in paddle is Juan Araya. So
Who's here right now as well.
You're looking at 4 of the top 6 paddle players in the world are here playing pickleball in the New Jersey Open.
And you mentioned Stephen Mitchell and Johan Durant. This is their first ever pro pickleball tournament.
Yep, and they're sitting here in the quarterfinals right now.
Not too bad. Oh, tries the around the post. Looked wide.
Yeah, a little wide. But yeah, that's absolutely incredible. I mean,
I love it. I love seeing people coming over from those other racket sports and just kind of finding a new passion for a different paddle sport, and it's awesome. I love it.
Jumping right in and competing and jumping into the quarterfinals. And before paddle, too, Johan Durant was top 300 on the ATP Tour for tennis.
Oh, all right, so he's not too shabby.
No. He's just adding pickleball to his tool belt. Absolutely incredible. This is what pickleball's about right here. I mean,
and the great thing too is, at 39 and 44, they're obviously a little on the older side for, tennis especially, ages out, a little younger than that usually. So it's awesome to be able to see people coming from those other paddle sports at maybe a slightly older age than they can really still compete in those, and then, finding a new sport that they can compete in. Of course, they're not old by any means, but just certain, professional sports generally have an age cap for most people.
Much better job already making adjustments is Mitchell and Durant as they are moving the ball inside and out and not getting caught up going one way or another.
0-3-2 here in, now 1-3-2 in our game #2 of this quarterfinal match. J.W. Johnson and Johnny Goldberg came out on top in game 1, 11-2. Like you mentioned, Stephen Mitchell in the black, Johan Durant in the blue on the far end if you're just joining us.
Wow, what positioning with his body by Stephen Mitchell to actually get that ball and get something on it. Beautiful job. Nice put away there from J.W. Johnson. Oh, ball sitting there for Mitchell. Unfortunately, not able to get that ball and put that ball away. But I got a little nice message from my buddy Michael Chen, who says that I am corrected, and I will admit that. I said 4 out of 6. It's actually 5 out of 6 of the top paddle players in the world are here, because Mark Parsons, who's playing with Juan, is his teammate. So that is absolutely incredible. So I mean,
love it.
Just all of them come. We're only missing one. So thank you, Michael, for texting me that. And Michael's actually here. He's playing 4-5 later today, but he gets a chance to play with Juan and Mark all the time. So you're only going to get better playing with guys like that. So timeout here, good timeout here from Mitchell and Durant.
All right, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back after this timeout.
Pickleball.
All right, back from this timeout. J.W. Johnson and Johnny Goldberg on the near end serving here. 4-4-1. Stephen Mitchell in the black and Johan Durant in the blue on the far end here in game number 2 of this quarterfinal.
Nice little forehand wrist flick there from J.W. Johnson as he catches both Mitchell and Durant looking at each other as that ball splits them down the middle. Oh, right idea there from Mitchell. Unfortunately, just doesn't get enough on it.
And like I mentioned earlier, of course, this is their first time seeing J.W. Johnson and Johnny Goldberg in person. And, you know, I'm sure they've heard, especially J.W. Johnson, you know, how good he is, you know, young, amazing player. But it's one thing to hear about it. It's another to be on the other side of the net from it and experience it firsthand, just how good he can be and the shots that he has. 7-4-1.
So after a 4-1 lead for Mitchell and Durant, Johnson and Goldberg come out with a 7-0 run of their own. Oh, again, Mitchell's there. Just can't execute right there at that time. Johnson and Goldberg are pulling away here.
Oh my God, that.
And of course, even though, you know, the score reflects one thing, but that doesn't necessarily reflect, you know, how the match actually went. And we have seen some just really great rallies and balls here from Mitchell and Durant, and I'm excited to see them continue to grow in the game. You can see just an absolute well of potential there. Goldberg just kind of, he took a little mini vacay there during that rally. Let J.W. Johnson just do his thing. And this is a match point now here for Goldberg and Johnson to head to the semis, and they get it done with a long serve return there. So a big congrats to Mitchell and Durant.
That's not the last we're going to see.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Today. I'm
and they
predicting that right now.
Drop to our consolation bracket as Goldberg and Johnson move to the semis. Dom's going to head on over to our Franklin studio after this short break and chat with the winners of this match, and then we'll be back here on Championship Court for our next match here at the New Jersey Open.
So ready for Next Gen.
This is Next Gen Pickleball.
I'm so ready for the Next Gen Tour.
Super excited about Next Gen.
I can't wait for the APP Next Gen Tour.
I'm super excited for Next Gen.
Hi, my name's Jeff Martin, Mayor of Hamilton Township, and I welcome you to our great town for your New Jersey Pickleball Open Championships. While you're not playing or watching friends, I hope you have the opportunity to visit our Grounds for Sculpture, a world-renowned outdoor art sculpture studio, and our many restaurants and eating establishments. I wish you the best of luck in your tournament. I hope you enjoy playing on our brand new pickleball courts, and look forward to seeing you again in the future.
PPR is proud to be a partner with the APP Tour, which features 18 tournaments and more than $750,000 in prize money. Several PPR members play in APP tournaments throughout the year. Are you at least a 3.5 pickleball player? Then become certified to teach with PPR. Check out our website at www.pprpickleball.org. And as the saying goes, do what you love and you never have to work a day in your life. So give us a call at 843-842-9777. We look forward to hearing from you.
Back here in the Franklin Pickleball Studio, I am with J.W. Johnson and Johnny Goldberg. After their quarterfinal match against Mitchell and Durant, after the match, Johnny, let's just go right into it. You're asking, hey, guys, how long you guys been playing? Because obviously you guys were unfamiliar with them. They're kind of new. I found out during the match that this is their first pro event, but I also found out that they are the top #1 paddle team in the world. They just won nationals in New Jersey recently. They had some good hands, some good play, and you even said it, they're going to be a good team, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I could definitely see why they're the #1 paddle team in the world. Their hands were very, very good. I mean, and even their resets were pretty impressive for not playing pickleball for a long time. Usually teams come in and they have a good drive, a good hand. But even their soft game was pretty good for being new. So I was very impressed by them.
And J-Dub, when you're going up against a team that you're not familiar with, you know, kind of what's your game plan going into that?
Just kind of feel it out, see what they like, see what they don't like, and obviously this team liked the fast hands really well. So we just tried to slow it down, be a little patient, choose the right balls to attack, and then yeah, we were just doing well from there. So.
And it seems like, Johnny, you know, they came out, you guys handled them pretty easily game one after you figured out what was working, what wasn't. And then they came out kind of hot in the second game, go up 4-1. Yeah. But then you guys call a timeout. They made some good adjustments at the start, but then you guys call that timeout. You guys make some better adjustments, and you kind of roll. Playing against a team that does have such good hands, what was your strategy against them, you know, to kind of counter that?
Well, they have such good hands that they can go on a hot streak pretty quickly. At the timeout, JW just looked me in the eye and said, just don't mess up. And you know, I said, JW, I won't mess up, and we'll win. And that's
what happened.
That's what happened.
So he actually said something to you?
He looked me in the eye and said, stop messing up, and we'll win. So that's what I did.
And didn't we like this kid a lot more when he was quieter?
I did.
I know, we all
did.
Now
he's all mean.
Now he's all mean, and he talks a lot. So, J-Dub, Johnny, congratulations on to the semifinals. We're going to take a quick break, and then we have our host on Championship Court, Cassandra Gerke and Katie Gaines, coming up, and they are playing Annika Cooper and Megan Hall next on Championship Court. Don't go anywhere.
ready for next gen.
This is Next Gen Pickleball. I'm so ready for the Next Gen Tour.
Super excited about Next Gen.
I can't wait for the APP Next Gen Tour.
I'm super excited for Next Gen.
Hi, my name's Jeff Martin, Mayor of Hamilton Township, and I welcome you to our great town for your New Jersey Pickleball Open Championships. While you're not playing or watching friends, I hope you have the opportunity to visit our Grounds for Sculpture, a world-renowned outdoor art sculpture studio, and our many restaurants and eating establishments. I wish you the best of luck in your tournament. I hope you enjoy playing on our brand new pickleball courts, and look forward to seeing you again in the future.
PPR is proud to be a partner with the APP Tour, which features 18 tournaments and more than $750,000 in prize money. Several PPR members play in APP tournaments throughout the year. Are you at least a 3.5 pickleball player? Then become certified to teach with PPR. Check out our website at www.pprpickleball.org. And as the saying goes, do what you love and you never have to work a day in your life. So give us a call at 843-842-9777. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back, everyone. Lauren McLaughlin and Dominic Catalano here courtside at the APP Tour's New Jersey Open. Our women's pro doubles bracket is kicking off right now. This is a first round matchup. Here we have Annika Cooper and Megan Hall will be taking on Cassandra Gerke and Katie Gaines. Gerke and Gaines are our number 4 seed today. Hall and Cooper are number 5. So this should be a good matchup.
You're going to be a lot of firepower out of Hall and Cooper. They're going to play hard, fast-paced. They both like that pace. Annika Cooper, one of the, again, let's continue with the paddle theme. Annika Cooper, one of the top female paddle players in the world as well. So she's going to come and be very fiery. Megan Hall, a tennis player, tennis background. She's going to come in firing. So in for a good match here with host Cassandra Gerke.
Yes, we love having our co-hosts of our APP tournaments. Super excited to have them more involved. So Cassandra Gerke, as you mentioned, one of our co-hosts this weekend, along with senior pro John Sperling, who everybody loves. Everybody loves good John Sperling. All right, we're into the action.
Nice job by Cass. Just when we're talking about the firepower of Cooper and Hall, Cass gets right in there and says, whatever you can do, I can do. Oh, that's a nice read from Annika Cooper. And again, that's the familiarity of these four ladies. Cooper knows that Gerke is going to try and Ernie that right there. So she just turns and rips right down the middle. That's a big forehand. Wow, that's all set up by the Megan Hall serve right there. That's a big serve out of Megan Hall, putting the pressure on Cassandra Gerke.
1-0-1 as we get into this first game.
So I think Cassandra Gerke was kind of in between right there, whether she wanted to flip that over Megan Hall's head or drop that, and she got in between, and it sits right on the forehand of Megan Hall.
Jack Feinberg out of Naples, New Jersey is our USA Pickleball certified ref here for this match.
That's a tough shot there for Cooper. She's getting that ball from a low position and trying to hit it over the highest part of the net. If she's going to do anything with that, with any pace, she's got to go back to the middle. 2 inches lower there in the middle. A lot easier to work, a lot more room to work with. Hall sitting on that forehand right there, unfortunately, with the mistake, and we're all tied at 2.
It's getting hot, so the mic gets hot.
Cass apologizing to Megan Hall. She clips the tape, and the ball just drops right over the net. Oh, nice shot from Monica Cooper, again from a low position. Gets that one up and over. Doesn't try and kill that. Hits it about 60%. Flips it in. Katie Gaines actually thought that was going out.
We would also be remiss if we didn't mention, Dom.
Remiss?
Yeah.
I like it.
Right? Cassandra Gerke, also Kitsch sponsored player, and Kitsch is our title sponsor here for the New Jersey Open. Also the official apparel of the APP Tour. So a big shout out to Kitsch Pickleball. Check out all that merch at kitschpickleball.com. 3-3-1.
Katie Gaines getting in there now with the hard stuff and going right at Megan Hall and handling everything she's got to offer, and comes out on top of that point. Nice step in by Cass. That's perfect and patent Cassandra Gerke right there. She leans in and takes that front foot, steps in and jabs that ball nice and hard. tries it again. Just gets too much on top of it.
Four, 3-2. That one almost went over the back fence into our
Gerke
other match.
Jokes with Hall and goes, I'm not hitting that one.
We have our other men's quarterfinal match going on that back court.
So all of a sudden, Gerke and Gaines with a 3-point lead here, and
All of a sudden,
forcing Hall and Cooper to take a timeout here in game number 1, but looked like Hall and Cooper were going to be the ones putting the pressure on, but now on the flip side, Gerke and Gaines are giving them all the pressure. So
good jigsaw hydration break here, and hydration especially key this weekend, as it is, as we mentioned before, it's a cool like 94 today, Dom. So definitely hydration's going to be key. A couple of our players yesterday were dealing with some heat related issues, so hopefully better today.
So right there, you guys can see the unforced error so far in game number 1. Hall and Cooper with 7, Gerke and Gaines with only 2, and that resulting in a 6-3 lead here in game number 1 for Gerke and Gaines.
All right, back from that hydration break, 6-3-2 is our score.
Katie Gaines with the around the post. Good read as Cooper hits that two-handed backhand cross-court dink just a little too hard. And again, the wind coming cross-court from left to right on your screen from the baseline. Ball carried just enough for Katie Gaines to get that around the post.
The Cassandra Gerke trademark. I don't even know what you call it. It's like a half splits.
She's like a
on the court
praying mantis.
Oh, I like it. I'll take that analogy.
Yeah, she gets kind of one leg way out.
It's like a nice deep one-legged squat. Ooh. Another bit of a wild shot there from Hall.
Oh, nice job by Megan Hall reading that Katie Gaines was sprinting to the sideline, and she just filled up the middle with that ball. Beautiful shot and put away. They need another side out here so they can get this back and get on the board, though. And Cass with her putting her hands up going, how'd I miss that? She doesn't miss that very often. One of her favorite shots where she can come in and step into that shot.
Gerke has a couple sort of fun, quirky shots that she has in her repertoire. That sort of funky backhand, forehanded punch that everybody knows so well out of Cassandra Gerke. She loves to do it, especially on an Ernie down.
That's a nice ball there from Megan Hall. Two-handed backhand drive. Splits Gaines and Gerke. And now looks like Hall and Cooper are going to stack here. Putting Hall on the strong side with her forehand in the middle here.
Good spot from Gerke. Catches Cooper sort of in the transition zone and right at her feet. Hard ball to pick up that low.
So unforced error from Hall right there. Results in the point for Gaines and Gerke. Good spot there from Hall again in the middle. They found some success in that middle. Let's see if they can pick up on that and continue to get to that spot.
Stays in.
Oh, great lob from Megan Hall to set that up, but Cooper just errantly pulls that ball out of bounds after they had such an advantage there on a great lob from Megan Hall. Yeah, they're reading that really well on those balls in the transition area that Megan Hall's hitting hard. Because Gaines and Gerke are keeping it so low, Hall's having to hit up on it. She's not able to keep those in. Gaines is getting out of the way of that ball before she even hits it. And that's a good adjustment there from Megan Hall. She takes something off that and doesn't hit it 100%, hits it about 70, is able to keep that in and force a mistake. Good adjustment on the fly. Let's see if she can keep with that.
This is a first-round matchup, but it is a quarterfinal matchup due to a smaller bracket. Ooh, smaller bracket size for our women. So winner of this heads to the semis, Dom.
That's a good, again, Megan Hall making the in-game adjustments like you would expect. Creeping back in here is Cooper and Hall, making it 6-8.
Good leave there. Big side out for Gerke and Gaines as they maintain their 2-point lead.
Good work from Hall and Cooper trying to get out of that transition area. Unfortunately, can't get anything down low enough to work their way up.
I think Gaines sort of celebrated lucking out on that one. She was prepared for that to come back and quickly, but ultimately does not have to defend it as Cooper unfortunately puts it in the net. And as a result, they call their second final timeout for this game one as Gerke and Gaines are on their first game point here.
And again, Gerke and Gaines have done a great job of putting pressure on themselves as we anticipated a lot of pressure from Hall and Cooper. We got it early, but Gerke and Gaines answer the bell and come back and apply enough pressure of their own to give themselves a game point here in the first game of this first round matchup in women's pro doubles. Gerke and Gaines ready to go here to serve this game out. We'll see if Cooper and Hall can hold here.
I'm surprised surprised Gerke did not come over and try and get that. All right, a second game point here now. Katie Gaines serving.
Wow, what a drop there from Megan Hall. Very nonchalant about it too. Stayed nice and loose and free with that. And they hold off 2 game points.
Had a handful of those out balls wide on that side, Dom. You wonder if wind's playing a little bit of a factor there, as you know, Cooper and Hall are trying, you know, to go to that sideline, but with that wind cross court, they have to be careful.
No, you're absolutely right, Lauren. Like I said, the wind is going left to right on your screen right there, and they're trying to drop that cross court there, and it's just pushing it out just enough. Doesn't take a lot of wind to affect it.
All right, third game point. And they get it done. Gerke and Gaines take game 1, 11-6. They will switch ends for game number 2 in this women's quarterfinal matchup. We'll take a very short sponsored break and be right back for that game number 2.
My favorite paddle is the V520. It's more of a control paddle, which is great for my game because I'm certainly known as more of a defensive player, but it's still great for hitting a hard serve and drive the ball well from the transition area and from the kitchen. Go ahead and drive it at me. I'm ready to block it into the kitchen. I can roll it or I can slice it. Either way, I feel like it's gonna go in. With the soft feel of the paddle, I can dink all day. So go ahead and try it out, dink me.
Back on championship court, game 2 about to kick off. We'll take a quick, brief look at our game summary. You can see those unforced errors. 19-10 is really what made the difference there for Gerke and Gaines. And now Gerke and Gaines on the near end as we get into game 2. Annika Cooper and Megan Hall on the far end, hoping to have made some adjustments after game 1 and keep them in this game 2 a little closer, perhaps.
Yeah, look over the wall by the water.
Scoreboard.
SB2.
Looked long to me, but
Yeah, and then
Hall plays it, but
complete miscommunication from Hall and Cooper in the middle there. No one even moved for that ball.
oh, I thought it was out. They just let it go. that's how nonchalantly they. Oh, Gerke literally took a seat on the court, as you do.
Yeah, and the biggest thing was is instead of trying to get up, she stayed down there and was like, I'll play the next point from down here if I have to.
Well, sometimes you're almost more ready, at least staying down, than you are trying to be getting up while you think the shot might be coming back at you. You see Rob Cassidy do it all the time.
Nice ball by Megan Hall in the middle right there. She got cast not out of position, but moving. And so as she's moving north-south forward. And any ball to her extremities, east-west, right-left, is going to cause issues because she's moving forward. Sorry, I confused Randy Coleman with the north-south and east-west thing. He was all confused.
Too many.
He was like, where? What? I have no idea.
Huge drive there from Annika Cooper on that last rally. I think Gaines thought that was going in the net, or at least clipping it. It didn't, just sailed right on over and past her. Beautiful shot.
Wow, like off of Gaines's paddle, we're sitting right next to her. That ball looked like it was going to go about 6 feet out.
Yep.
And ball drops in at the baseline, and I think Megan Hall was shocked by it too.
Oh, we got a hair tie coming out.
That happens a lot with Kyle Solenko too. Loses a hair tie. Megan wanted to rip that ball so bad. I think Annika would have got her in the back of the head if she hit that ball.
That's when you scream no at your partner really loudly. Oh, that was going out too.
Wow, what hands from Megan Hall. The ball from Gerke. I seriously thought no one had a chance at that. She gets it back beautifully. Set up the put away.
And it was Megan Hall that started that quick exchange. As you mentioned, she's looking to do that all the time. All right, Gerke and Gaines have a little ground to make up. Whereas they were pretty in control, I think we'll definitely be seeing those unforced errors a little higher this game for Gerke and Gaines.
Hall and Cooper on complete attack mode that whole point right there.
I don't know about you, Dom, but I'm thinking if I'm Gerke and Gaines, I need to slow this down. I need to get back into those extended dink rallies and not, give them an opportunity to speed it up, because that's what's getting them out in front here in game 2.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Lauren, is they need to slow it down and get into some elongated points, because Hall and Cooper have a lot of momentum going right now as far as the power game. Right there again. Problem is their mentality from game 1 was they countered everything that Hall and Cooper brought at them, and it worked. Well, now it's not working, so that's the in-game adjustments that you need to make on the fly.
Go, Maggie!
Again, if you're just joining us, we're in game number 2 of our women's pro doubles first round matchup that is also a quarterfinal match. Cassandra Gerke and Katie Gaines are taking on Megan Hall and Annika Cooper. Gerke and Gaines won game 1 11-6, but now Hall and Cooper here in game 2 out in front 6-1 as we come back from this Jigsaw Health hydration break. And it is toasty, so we need all those hydration breaks, that is for sure. In the 90s here, very sunny. A little more clouds in the the sky than yesterday, but they're not blocking the sun currently. So nice and sunny. Very warm. Probably feels like around 100 again. Some breeze here and there, but a very toasty day to be sure.
Ooh, right out of the timeout. No change in game plan for Cooper and Hall as they come out blazing.
You don't change what's working down.
Oh, Cooper wants that one back. That's the easy one that she just missed. That is at her, basically at her shoulder height or head height. So Cass gets super low to get that drop back in, but unfortunately she stayed there. She needed to recognize that that was a good drop by her and finish coming up. She got caught in transition. Good leave right there. In control are Megan Hall and Annika Cooper here in game number 2, up 8-1. Looking to force a third game here in this first round matchup. All right, Gerke and Gaines trying to answer what Hall and Cooper did here to start game number 2 with a little run of their own.
Gerke and Gaines stuck on one here for a really long time, and all they needed was for me to say it down. They just needed me to say it, and there you go. Got the job done.
Well, it's a good job and a good read of Cassandra Gerke, seeing that Annika Cooper was slow to get over.
Oh,
Gerke can't get out of the way of that ball that was mishit there by Megan Hall, unfortunately. Hits off of Gerke's paddle, and it's a side out.
And I do have our next matchup on championship court is going to be Zane Navratil and Althoff Merchant taking on Johnny Goldberg and J.W. Johnson. So that's coming up next here on championship court after this women's pro doubles. So plan accordingly, everyone. So the wind, while sort of cross court, it's actually changing directions a little, and it's a bit to the back now of Megan Hall and Annika Cooper, who are serving. So they have a little wind assistance to their back. Gerke and Gaines in their face.
That's a great little shake and bake to end game number 2 by Annika Cooper and Megan Hall as they cruise in game 2, 11-2.
So we're going to a game 3, and we'll switch ends during that game at 6. So with that wind kind of picking up now and changing directions, you definitely want both teams to be able to have a look at both sides of the court as the conditions are different. So that's exactly why in that game number 3 we switch ends at 6 to keep things even. Again, Lauren McLaughlin and Dominic Catalano here in the booth all weekend long at the APP Tour's New Jersey Open, put on by Kitsch Pickleball. Big shout out to some of our other sponsors. Head is the official footwear. Dom and I both rocking our Head shoes right now. The Revolt Pro 3.5. Very comfy.
Definitely not
and
the
pretty
3.0s.
fancy. Yeah,
3.5.
those are trash. Just kidding. I don't even know if that exists. If it exists, I'm so sorry.
Just
it was
kidding.
just a joke. Of course, New Peepo, Pickleball Central, Jigsaw Health, the official hydration sponsor, Hawaiian Springs, the official water, Franklin Pickleball, Onyx Pickleball, the official ball of the APP Tour is the DuraFast 40, pickleballtournaments.com, Vulcan Pickleball, Zealous Insoles, the official insole of the APP Tour. I know everybody is loving their Zealous insoles, keeping their feet nice and cushy and comfy on the pickleball court. LSI Lighting, USA Pickleball, Hoodef, C&D Pickleball Nets, and I think that's everybody, Dom.
Good job, Lauren.
Thank you. All right, game number 3 kicking off here for our women's pro doubles quarterfinal match. Megan Hall and Annika Cooper on the near end to start. Cassandra Gerke, Katie Gaines on the far end. And Hall and Cooper strike first.
Oh, nice shot there from Megan Hall. A little 50% flip down the middle.
There's that punch from Cass that she loves, but she was about 1.5 feet off the kitchen line. And I think that is what made her put that in the net.
Yeah, and she's made a few mistakes on those this game, uncharacteristic of her in this whole match. Megan Hall like, I think I overhit that just a little. Kind of laughing at her teammate Annika Cooper.
That wind, oh, you can see it right there, just held that ball up massively.
Yeah, but now it's going from the bottom of your screen to the top of the screen, because Megan Hall hit that serve and just kept carrying, but Katie Gaines hit that return and it died. Good hands by Cass.
That's the result she wants from those punches.
Good return there from Megan Hall.
Gaines and Gerke really need to adjust to that wind that's kind of in their faces right now.
So that's how you do it right there, when ball or wind in your face. You let the wind knock that ball down on your third, and that's exactly what Katie Gaines did there. Wind knocked that down. Caused a very difficult shot there for Megan Hall.
Almost caught that as the wind knocked that down too, just a couple inches long there. Again, a shout out to Jack Feinberg from Naples, New Jersey, who's our USA Pickleball certified ref for this match.
Wow, great 1-2 punch there. Cooper speeds it up at Gerke, but Hall sitting on the block from Gerke to go down the line for the winner behind Gaines.
I was honestly just thinking how impressed I am that Katie Gaines can chew gum like that at the same time as play pickleball. Talk about multitasking. (4-1-2) Holland Cooper again out to an early lead here in game 3.
Oh, it almost looked like Cooper and Hall thought that Gaines overhead was going to be hit a lot harder than it was. And so almost threw a changeup at them and caused a mistake. So Hall trying to get out of the way. That ball's going to be in anyway. She needed to try and play that. But she was trying to get out of the way. Gets her in the shoulder.
I think she was hoping it was going wide. Certainly wasn't going long, but that wind kind of knocked it down right on top of her.
Gerke and Gaines now with an answer of their own. So Cooper elects to let that ball bounce and hit the two-handed backhand. What that allowed was for Katie Gaines to set up and be ready for that. And now we're all tied at 4.
All right, Gerke and Gaines fired up now. Some yelling, some fist pumping over there. And they get a timeout as a result out of Holland Cooper.
Yeah, so
who are feeling the tides turning.
A 4-0 run here from Gaines and Gerke here after they went down 4-1. Now they're up 5-4 here. So a nice little run put together by Gerke and Gaines. Holland Cooper trying to slow that momentum down, take a timeout, regroup before the end change at 6. So again, that's your checkpoint here in a game 3 is get to 6. You get to 6 first, you switch ends. So you always want to switch ends on your terms. If not, you want to be as close as possible. So whoever gains this, no pun intended, is going to have just a slight advantage here as it is a 5-4 Gerke Gaines lead.
Still on their first serve as well. She was like, I need my backhand. That's where I was. Cass joking she was just take a little break, a little breather on the court there.
Wow, what a return from Cooper. Power return, nice and low. Caused a mistake from Gerke.
Oh, jeez. Nice hands from Gerke. Couple quick punches, and then the mistake from Gaines. Unable to get that backhand down. Sends it to the fence instead. And now Gerke follows suit.
Yeah, 2 long misses right there, and all of a sudden the momentum has changed now to Cooper and Hall as they get the end change.
And I know you mentioned that, you know, it's an advantage, but it is, agreed. But, however, because you get this sort of built-in break in between, it's to the advantage then of Gerke and Gaines to try and, you know, use this as you would a timeout, which is essentially, you know, what it is without being an official timeout. You know, they get a chance to hopefully slow down Holland Cooper, you know, ice that momentum just a little bit. We now, of course, are going to have different ends now. Megan Hall, Annika Cooper on the far end, Cassandra Gerke, Katie Gaines on the near end. In this game 3, the wind conditions now will have changed for both teams, so they're definitely going to have to adjust accordingly.
So a good read there by Megan Hall as Katie Gaines doesn't get enough on that return, and she's ended up trying to get cross-court as her and Gerke are stacking. Doesn't get there in time. That's a point for Hall and Cooper. Soon as Megan Hall went to hit that, she knew it was the wrong decision. You saw it all over her face. And she's like, why did I decide to hit that ball right there at that time? The ball was too low and to the highest part of the net. Oh, that's a great dipping drive from Megan Hall. She's able to get over top of that, gets some great top spin.
Closing in on this match here. But that's a big side out there. Gerke and Gaines. Don't let them get to a match point, which then kind of ramps that pressure up even more to make something happen. So they still have kind of that 1-point cushion, but they got to make something happen here, I think.
Good spot for Megan Hall, splitting the difference down the middle. Beautiful shot. So this is the last match in the first round, still going on. Esquivel and Coakley won 11-9, 11-3. They face the winner of this match. And then I can see on a adjacent court, the first semifinal about to happen. Lauren Stratman, Olivia McMillan taking on Maggie Remenzi and Sarah Ansberry.
That'll be a good one.
That's a good one about to happen. Nice ball down the middle for the win.
All right, after losing the first game 11-6, they come back roaring, winning 11-2 in game 2 and 11-5 in game 3. So Megan Hall and Annika Cooper move on to our women's semifinals. And Cassandra Gerke and Katie Gaines will drop to our consolation bracket. And again, we have that men's semifinal match coming up next. It's going to be Althoff Merchant and Zane Navratil taking on Johnny Goldberg and J.W. Johnson. So don't go anywhere. We'll head to the Franklin studio after this short word from our sponsors.
My favorite paddle is the V520. It's more of a control paddle, which is great for my game because I'm certainly known as more of a defensive player, but it's still great for hitting a hard serve and drive the ball well from the transition area and from the kitchen. Go ahead and drive it at me. I'm ready to block it into the kitchen. I can roll it or I can slice it. Either way, I feel like it's gonna go in. With the soft feel of the paddle, I can dink all day. So go ahead and try to out-dink me.
The HD5 is the green of ivy. It represents hope, tenacity, the spirit of life and growth. It also reminds us of the Ivy League. The HD5 features a good rotation, an excellent sweet spot, thicker core, and super power.
Hey, Katie, could you pass me the creamer?
Why don't you just come into the kitchen and get the creamer?
I can't come in the kitchen.
Sure you can.
No, I really can't.
You can come into the kitchen as long as you don't hit the ball out of the air.
All right. This is why I stay out of kitchens.
Back here in the Franklin Pickleball Studio, I'm with Megan Hall and Annika Cooper after their first round victory over Cassandra Gerke and Katie Gaines. Very good match. I predicted early on that you two would come out firing hot, as you two like to play.
Thank you.
It seemed like, though, Cassandra and Katie kind of answered and countered in that first game to take that first victory. But you guys didn't change anything. You stuck with what you thought was going to work for you. You played that hard game, and you end up winning games 2 and 3. Was that something you guys had going in as a plan, Megan?
Well, I think we knew we had to be. Aggressive. And I think the first game we were just making too many unforced errors. So we knew that once we would be on the side against the wind a little bit, that our plan would work a little bit more. And luckily that carried over into game 3 as well. So.
And that's another question I had for you, Annika, is that did the wind really play a factor? And was it it seemed like it was switching mid-game too. So making adjustments like that, was it kind of something that was in your head as you're playing that?
Definitely. You know, we chose the side that I figured would be a little bit tougher for us just from experience yesterday. And then, yeah, some of the balls were kind of flying on us or, in the net. So I think adjusting to the wind was a big thing for us and just trying to play the right ball at the right time and not, go for what we shouldn't, things like that. So factoring everything in, I think we did a good job of adjusting into the second game and the third.
I really liked, you guys had a couple, nice old school shake and bakes there where Megan, you were driving that and Annika, you were crashing and putting that away. Is it something you guys are going to keep implementing? Because I liked it and it was working really in games 2 and 3.
Yeah, I love it. I can't bake. I can only shake. So, like Annika needs to close the deal. So if we can make that happen, I think we'll be successful, hopefully.
No, and it worked for you guys in games 2 and 3. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Moving on to the semifinals, and hopefully we get you guys back out here again, so congratulations.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got our first men's pro semifinal here on Championship Court. Don't go anywhere.
Go Pickleball.
Having a tough time getting better? Our 3-day Level Up Pickleball camps feature a low student pro ratio and offer personalised training from the best pros in the game. Level Up will take you full circle through the point building process by teaching proper stroke mechanics, positioning and winning game strategies. Each camper also receives a personalised before and after video, an instructional manual, product discounts and more. Discover how good you can be with Level Up Pickleball camps. Visit us today at leveluppickleballcamps.com.
PPR is proud to be a partner with the APP Tour, which features 18 tournaments and more than $750,000 in prize money. Several PPR members play in APP tournaments throughout the year. Are you at least a 3.5 pickleball player? Then become certified to teach with PPR. Check out our website at www.pprpickleball.org. And as the saying goes, do what you love and you never have to work a day in your life. So give us a call at 843-842-9777. We look forward to hearing from you.
Pickleball action and excitement is back with the APP Tour's 2021 World Pickleball Open at PGA Village Verano by Coulter Homes in Port St. Lucie, Florida. 75-plus divisional events, men's, women's, singles, doubles, and mixed doubles. And the pro divisions with over $25,000 prize money on the line. Learn from the engaging pros at the Pickleball Strategy Clinics. For more information, go to worldpickleballopen.com or call 561-330-6000.
Welcome back, everyone. Lauren McLaughlin, Dominic Canelano here. We have a men's pro doubles semifinal match kicking off right now. Zane Navratil, Althoff Merchant on the far end, taking on J.W. Johnson and Johnny Goldberg. Diane Unitich, our referee.
Ooh, just off the top.
Some really good movement here. Oh, and Althoff pulls the trigger.
And as he wipes his hands, hands felt sweaty there. It almost seemed like his paddle got loose in his hand and he sends it wide. I know he wanted to go middle there with that put away. He set himself up beautifully.
Zane Navratil, of course. Gold medal for the first time ever in mixed. Happened yesterday with Michelle Esquivel. Ooh, nice get.
Yeah, that ball's in on the body of Navratil, but able to get a paddle on it and just drop it back over. Beautiful shot by Zane Navratil. Johnny Goldberg talking it in before it even drops. Love it. Good little flip behind Zane Navratil right there.
Dom, do you think we are going to be seeing a lot of those extended dink rallies in this match?
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of patience on all four of these players until it's time not to be patient.
Yep.
Then you'll get into those nice firefights, and we know Althoff Merchant loves those.
He does indeed. That's sometimes all it takes. You got to outlast your opponent sometimes. It's funny, you know, there's certain players that we know want to be pulling the trigger as soon as absolutely possible. These four players are not them.
No.
They all have a lot of patience. They, of course, are looking for that right moment, like you said. But nothing but four patient gentlemen on the court right now.
So you're seeing the strategy of Merchant and Navratil is to keep the ball to Goldberg as much as possible. Every once in a while they'll flip one there behind J.W. Johnson, but for the most part they're keeping every ball to Goldberg because they're going to say, hey, we're not going to let J.W. Johnson beat us. If Johnny Goldberg beats us, okay, we're going to go with that, but it's not going to be J.W. Johnson. And it's just going to be a wearing out process. They're going to try and wear Johnny Goldberg out and get him used to being up 24/7 when baby Mia's born.
Exactly. If they wanted to form a group, Dom, it would be the League of Patient Gentlemen. Did you see what I did?
Oh my gosh. You did. You went there.
I did. Wind picking up a little here on Championship Court. Seems to be currently cross court left to right on screen. And
J-Dub just gets one ball, and he's like, okay, I get my one ball, I'll make the most of this.
That's why they want to take, you know, keep those balls away from J.W. Johnson because of shots like that right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and a little mini stare down from Merchant. He's getting there.
He's kind of ramping up slowly. It's a slow burn right now.
Oh, yeah, Goldberg getting a little impatient right there. And
that was definitely not the right time or the right place.
That is exactly what Merchant and Navratil want. They want to speed it up on their terms. Set up what they want to do.
Just 3-3-2 still here in game one of this men's semifinal match. Be a lot of toweling off happening this match, Dom. All four players have their towels on court. It's very hot. Definitely gotta dry off those hands, keep the sweat out of your eyes. We've talked to a lot of the players about they're running out of shirts because they're changing so often, doing laundry like every night.
Have to on a weekend like this.
Uncharacteristically hot in New Jersey right now for this time of year. Just misses it, but you watch Althoff, it's like he telegraphs a little bit when he wants to be speeding up, because you can see him take that step off the kitchen line. He backs up just a little because he wants to get a little more space to be able to really speed that ball up.
Well, yeah, Merchant doesn't play your typical style of kitchen pickleball. He likes to back off the line. He likes to take balls off the bounce, even on the dink, so he'll back up off the line. Loves creating space. And what he does with that is better than most players, so. See, so what you're seeing too now, that's affecting Zane's spin. Zane's hands are sweaty, so he spun that once and it went completely awry.
Almost off his shoulder.
And then the second one, he had to hit it because he was coming close to time, and he jammed himself.
Oh, nice recovery there. A little miscommunication from Navratil and Merchant about who's getting that, but Zane ultimately stretches and gets there. And then Merchant ready for the ball that comes back.
Nice job. They are completely freezing J.W. Johnson out of this match. And what you're seeing now is you're seeing a young Johnson trying to make something happen when something may or may not be there. So just because he's getting one ball every rally. And so don't want to see Johnson press here, but you want to see an adjustment or some kind of change made from Goldberg and Johnson.
Oh, almost recovered, but Johnson clips the net on that. We have our other semifinal match happening in our men's division. On an adjacent court here, we have Eden Lika and Rob Nunnery taking on Rob Cassidy and Brendan Long. The winner of that match and this match will face off in our winner bracket final coming up shortly today. Oh, wow. Nice misdirect from Navratil there. After every single one of those balls is coming to Goldberg, he flicks it deceptively right into J.W. Johnson's body. We were tied at 3s, then we were tied at 4s, now we're tied at 5s.
Goldberg just gave the switch sign here to Johnson. I'd like to see him stay. Change things up a little bit.
Fortunately, Merchant's last dink there clips the net and rolls it off the court. Oh, almost gets that pick up between his legs. Ooh. That was such a good Ernie, and then J.W. Johnson gets it back like it was nothing.
Well, he reads it really well where Navratil was going to go with that ball and positions himself correctly to be able to get that ball back over, but Merchant there to end it. So Goldberg actually kind of cut that instead of rolled that. He cuts it and it kind of fades away from the sideline. He needs to roll that and get over that and bring it back into the sideline. He's got it, it's there. Angle was created on the cross court. Goldberg trying to make something out of nothing. That's a really low ball to attack.
Good talk from Merchant, too. He was yelling out at Navratil the second Goldberg even hit that shot.
Hands battle won by Johnny Goldberg. Very impressive, as Althoff Merchant was engaged.
Oh no, a little paddle collision there in the middle. I was just going to mention too, both of these teams have played together often. J.W. Johnson and Johnny Goldberg played together a handful of times now. Zane Navratil and Althoff Merchant pair up a lot in men's doubles, so certainly used to each other's games. They haven't had as good of results this year as I think they would have liked, but we'll see if they can turn that around here, the New Jersey Open.
Goldberg on that front foot a la Cassandra Gerke, trying to use that momentum to punch that ball. Oh, a rare miss there from Merchant on a hands battle that he got crossed up on.
All right, looking to tie this back up at sevens now. The wind knocked that down. I was going because the wind picked up just as that rally was kicking off. Oh, we got signs flying. It is picking up quite dramatically now. And tied back up at sevens. Now Goldberg and Johnson pull ahead. This is just an inch at a time, Dom.
Yeah,
both these teams just 1 point at a time, back and forth, back and forth.
Biggest lead has been 2. Oh, Johnson was kind of off-footed there as he got up to the kitchen line. Almost looked like he didn't know if he was all the way up or not.
Oh, beautiful drive.
Yeah, it's a good topspin drive there from Zane Navratil. And Lauren, we're tied again.
I mean, why wouldn't we be? I think we missed 6.
We did.
We're not tied at 6s, but from 3 on,
Yeah.
It's been every number we've hit so far. Yes, our first big flex chest bump there from Merchant. He does it for us, Dom.
Really. Well, he looked right in the booth.
He looked right at us.
Yeah.
He does it for us.
He's all about the entertainment value of the live stream.
It was really one of the first rare pop-ups we've had during this game as well. Navratil leaves that much too high. Oh. Navratil clips the net and it stays in. He says sorry as Althoff Merchant yells yes.
But Johnny Goldberg turns around and goes, no need to apologize.
He gets it.
He gets it.
It is what it is. You gotta, it's part of the game. But they do call a timeout here as now, again, that 2-point lead is the biggest we've had. We'll see if Merchant and Navratil can close out this game 1 here, or if Goldberg and Johnson feel another tie coming.
So much talk's always about Navratil serve. I think you guys, if you're watching, need to go on Morgan Evans's page, and Zane Navratil shared it this morning too. An article that Morgan Evans put out about the serve and about the evolving
just in sports,
factor of the serve in pickleball, and related it to other sports. And with Morgan's article that he wrote. Very well written, absolutely beautiful. Go and read it, and just talks about how him and Zane have kind of evolved with the serve, and I'm in 100% agreement with it. The game has to evolve, and if it's evolving in the right way, there's no reason to change anything and limit what people can do. Let players be players. And like, Morgan and Zane even said, is players are learning to handle it now. And that's what's going to happen. It just takes time. Oh, nice
We
timeout.
haven't seen a single missed return from Johnson or Goldberg off of Zane's serve.
And I said it, lots of tournaments ago when Zane was having a lot of success with it. He's not having success with it against players that he sees all the time. They're used to it. They see it all the time. So the more you see it, the more you can adjust to it. And yeah, you may miss it once, but again, that's sport. Stop trying to take the competitive nature out of what our sport is.
And the thing, too, is, Dom, in most sports, all you need is one athlete to sort of innovate something, and then everybody follows suit. It takes somebody to kind of break the mold and show what can be possible, and we saw it with the serve. How many pros now are imparting some sort of spin on the serve using their hand, their paddle, whatever the case may be? They've evolved with it. They were like, oh my gosh, we can do this? It's within the rules, But I also agreed with Morgan's very well eloquent statement he put out. Do you know we have the same birthday? Me and Morgan, we're birthday twins.
Just facts all day long.
Straight facts.
I did not know that. I do now, though. Unforced error on the return, a serve from Goldberg will give Navratil and Merchant a game point here.
Two chances at it. Oh, he backed off just a little too far. I was just going to say, look how far Merchant is off the line there for those dinks.
Well, what he usually does is as he backs up, when he goes to hit that, he'll usually be moving forward. That one, Goldberg hit really well and got at his feet to where as Merchant was hitting that, he was on his back heel. So a good offensive timeout here from Merchant and Navratil as a long point comes to an end, not in their favor, but they still have their second serve here. Good timeout to kind of regroup and say, hey, we're going to get our legs underneath us here, and we're going to have everything we can for this second match point.
Again, this game has inched along in terms of the score, so, they really want to focus on closing out this game one, because if they give it back to Goldberg and Johnson, I mean, there's a good chance they could win game one the way the score's been kind of flipping back and forth just a point at a time. But now we're in critical point territory where, a point wins the game now. Is it just me, or has this game been going on for an hour, Dom?
I don't know. Let's see. Maybe we got a timer on this game and see how long it's been, but maybe we don't. Who knows?
It just feels forever because they've been just methodically chipping away at the score. Both sides has been so close. It'll be interesting to see if game two changes or if it stays the same, or if somebody's able to kind of run away with it. Back from our hydration break. Third game point opportunity here for Navratil and Merchant. Oh, and he gets it done with a silent flex from Merchant, with a ball into the net there from Johnny Goldberg. But what a close game one, 12-10. Ultimately, after being tied every score basically along the way, we'll take a very short break from our sponsors, and we'll be right back for game number 2.
Get your fun to feel good here, folks. Fun to feel good. Get your fun to feel good here.
Ben, it's not called It's Fun to Feel Good. It's Electrolyte Supreme.
Oh, okay. This guy looks like a cramper. Get your electrolytes.
Ben, you can't throw product at the customer.
Oh.
Welcome back, everybody. Lauren McLaughlin and Dominic Catalano here courtside at the APP Tours New Jersey Open. We're just joking around with all 4 of our players here by the booth as they're kind of razzing each other and having a good time. Love to see that outside of competition. Everyone having a good time. Still buddies. So game 2 about to kick back off here for our men's pro doubles semifinal match. Zane Navratil and Althoff Merchant will be on our near end for game number 2. Johnny Goldberg and J.W. Johnson will be on the far end. Navratil and Merchant eked out a win in game 1, 12-10, after essentially it being tied at every score along the way.
6 ties in that game.
And we'll see what happens here in game 2, if we have more of the same with that score very close the whole way, or if anyone pulls ahead. And yes, anyone that's asking, Zane Navratil and Althoff Merchant, both Indian. Zane Navratil's mom, Dimple, is from India. And Althoff Merchant from India himself.
Nice ball backside from Navratil with the backhand too.
Wind to the back now of Merchant and Navratil.
Althoff mad at himself that he didn't get that ball out of the air.
I understand Merchant's desire to kind of change it up a little and move the ball around a little bit, but J.W. Johnson's waiting on the other side. It's definitely got to be the right opportunity. For anyone wondering, it absolutely is in the 90s here today, again, in Hamilton, New Jersey. I believe we're about mid-90s, probably feels like 100. A little cloudy, though. A little more clouds.
Feels like 95. That's warm.
It's toasty. All right, so we're tied at 2s, Dom. Make sure and keep track how many ties we have this time. Oh, hits the fence and stays in. I like the idea from Navratil going for that poach. Oh, thought Goldberg was going to be able to get a good paddle on that, but ends up really awkwardly placed kind of right at his right shoulder, and he can't quite get his paddle up in time.
Yeah, it's that chicken wing spot you talk about, hardest ball to get, and you can hit that spot consistently. Oh, so Merchant was sitting there on his forehand as that ball's going away from Navratil.
The only slight problem with the 2 forehands in the middle is both of you guys want to take those middle balls. Sometimes. They play together a lot, so I think for the most part, they generally have a good system, but every once in a while, you know, you get engaged and you want to go for that forehand shot and trouble.
There's backhand put away there from Johnny Goldberg down the line.
Tied at 3s.
Navratil trying to do too much with that right there, unfortunately.
So far, it looks like we're in for more of the same as game number 1, as we're just kind of jockeying back and forth between points.
And a huge 2-point lead here for
I know, biggest
Goldberg
we
and
ever had in
Johnson.
game 1.
Yep. Yeah, that's Merchant doing exactly what he wants with those dinks. Creating space, getting that backhand cut on the ball. Beautiful work by Althoff Merchant. Get that side out.
Anyone that's feeling ambitious that's watching on YouTube, rewind back and tell us how long this match has been going on so far. Look at the timestamp of when it started and see so far how many minutes this match has been going on.
Like how you put it, anyone feeling ambitious.
I know, I mean,
You're feeling.
there's probably only a couple people out there, but.
Oh, there it was.
Oh, look at those block resets from Goldberg.
Great hands by Johnny Goldberg there, but again, set up to be on the offensive was Navratil because of the serve.
And we're back tied at 5.
Yo! 1 for 9 against the kid. Cool.
Merchant excited because he says he's 1 for 9 against the kid in the hands battle. He'll take his 1. You're only as good as your last point, and that was his last point.
And now a huge 2-point lead for Navratil and Merchant now here in game 2, and we have a timeout called from Goldberg and Johnson. A little jigsaw hydration break. You can see all the towels. Just everybody with their towels. I think everyone brought a hotel towel today, Dom. We brought our hotel towels. Yeah. Everyone else brought a hotel towel. They learned from yesterday.
Hotels in New Jersey are going to be low on towels after this tournament.
Ooh, Husky Central South doing the work. Ooh, so did Dave Stamba and Amber Mays. About 36 minutes this match has been going on.
Okay.
So, all right.
We appreciate you guys jumping back.
Thank you.
And being so ambitious to jump back.
I know. They were like, you know what? I'm watching some pickleball on a Saturday. I'm going to help these guys out.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you guys. So definitely, if Navratil and Merchant are able to take this game 2 and then the match, I mean, we're easily looking at a possible 45-minute 2 games, which, you know, a little on the long side. We'll see if they can keep their momentum going here and perhaps pull away. Oh, I think that was going out if he hadn't have clipped the net there. See him backing up off that line. Ooh, not the right time to pull that trigger. A little low and on his backhand.
They tried to be aggressive and change the pace up and kind of shock Goldberg, but again, like you said, Lauren, a little low for that attack from that side right there at that moment.
And again, he's there. He anticipated Goldberg going in the middle. He's there with his forehand. He just ramped it up too much. All right, we have a little out call discrepancy. Goldberg calls that out. Althoff heavily disagrees, but Diane Unitich did not see it clearly, cannot overrule, so the call stands it out.
Moving on to our other semifinal match, it'll be Rob Nunnery and Eden Lika who move on and will face the winner of this match here in the winner's bracket final.
So congrats to them. Rob Cassidy and Brandon Long will drop down to our consolation bracket. They are not done yet. Oh, look at that. Tied at 7s, Dom. Oh, no, we were tied at 7s, and now Goldberg and Johnson pull ahead.
Come on, baby. Turn right now. Let's go.
All right. Goldberg and Johnson closing in on game 2 here, trying to force that game 3. I'm a little surprised at the impatience at the end of this game from Navratil and Merchant, really trying to force some stuff that they really don't need to be. Been so patient this whole time. Definitely a change in strategy that has not paid off so far here in game 2. And when we come back from this jigsaw hydration break timeout, Goldberg and Johnson on game point here for game number 2, and it'll force a game 3 if they indeed come out on top.
Yeah, so in the other draw today for women's pro doubles, Maggie Remenzi and Sarah Ansberry beat Lauren Stratman and Olivia McMillan to get into the winner's bracket final, 11-2, 11-6. Megan Hall and Annika Cooper are still playing their match against Michelle Escovel and Martina Coakley. So one winner's bracket final team on each side determined so far for men's and women's.
J.W. Johnson barely played all match, but he's like, I'm finishing this game, guys. Took over on that last point. And we will indeed go to a game number 3 here in our other men's pro semifinal match. Goldberg and Johnson take game 2 after Navratil and Merchant squeak out a win in game 1. We'll take a very short sponsored break, guys. We'll be right back for that game number 3.
The HD5 is the green of ivy. It represents hope, tenacity, the spirit of life and growth. It also reminds us of the Ivy League. The HD5 features a good rotation, an excellent sweet spot, thicker core, and super power.
Welcome back, everyone. Game number 3. About ready to kick off as Diane Unitich gets ready to call our players back to court and into the action. Althoff Merchant, Zane Navratil will be on our far end to start off. J.W. Johnson, Johnny Goldberg on our near end. We will switch ends at 6 here in this tiebreaker game to 3. Winner of this match heads to our winner bracket final to face Rob Nunnery and Eden Lika.
And the big man.
The big boys here.
Oh, there it is again. We were talking with Johnny about that during the timeout. He said, I'm just J-Dub's hype man. He does a good job of it. Good patience again from Johnny Goldberg, and J.W. Johnson waiting for his moment to step in and makes the most of it.
It was a moment like this.
Navarrete upset with himself that he's not able to get that ball down.
Another up the middle flick from Johnny Goldberg. Good shot, just a little long. He had what he wanted though. The opportunity was there.
Come on, Jay.
Wow.
Navarrete, what quick feet. I mean, he backpedaled 4 steps away from that ball to get that on his forehand side and is actually able to do something with it. Beautiful job by Zane Navarrete.
They have their wind at the back right now. So into the face of Goldberg and Johnson.
Just a little too much from J.W. Johnson right there. That ball's not there. Wait a couple, you get one closer. That ball's all Johnny Goldberg there.